Don't expect to see the solution with the same mindset you created the problem. Don't expect that. Why are you expecting to see the solution with the same mindset that you created the problem, that you ran into the problem? With the same mindset that you ran into the problem, that you ran into the wall, you're not going to be able to see the solution. Just like, think about it in basic forms. Think there's a wall right here is a problem, whatever it is. Could be anything. Let's say during a workout. Let's say during work, when you're working, you hit a wall. Or let's say during your diet, you hit a wall. Or let's say during loving other people, you hit a wall. Let's say during loving yourself, you hit a wall. Let's say during your commitment of what you said, your words, you hit a wall, right? Don't ever expect to see the problem, or don't ever expect to see the solution with the same mindset that you created the problem and you can see the problem. Don't ever. I mean, in order to see the solution, you have to raise your vibrations. Now, when we talk about raise your vibrations, that doesn't mean you are yourself lifting yourself up higher and you're going higher in altitude. What it means to raise yourself up as far as vibrations is raising your vibrations. What it means is like you're vibrating at a higher frequency, right? And there are a couple of ways to do that. One way is through peak physical performance, is where you go through an intense workout where you're gonna hit a wall, but you're gonna have to overcome it with your self-talk. You're gonna be like, no. You're gonna say, no. I am the fucking man. I'm gonna get it done. I am a beast. I'm a savage. I'm gonna get it done. Through that, you just overcome that. There's a voice. That's all it is. That's all it is. There's a low frequency and there's a high frequency. And every time you run into something, it's because you're vibrating lower. And the thing is, outside of you, your social media, the friends, people, like they're all vibrating most of the time at beta. Beta is low frequencies because these topics are comprehensive topic. They have a lot behind them, a lot of juice. And I usually do weekly calls with my team and I go over them thoroughly for like an hour fully. We have like an hour call and also leave the place open for questions and answers, and it's way better there. Plus we have one-on-ones and it's just much better to get the point across and to get the message across. But the matter of the fact is there's only low frequencies and there's only high frequencies. And every time you run into problems, every time you feel like shit, every time you feel like, a victim, every time you feel like, a bitch, every time you feel like a pussy, it's because you are vibrating at a lower vibrations, lower frequency. And in order to get yourself up to a higher vibration, higher frequency, there's only a couple ways. One way is through peak performance, through peak physical performance, and the other way is through this right here, through commuting with the world, sharing with the world, talking to the world, and sharing what have you actualized and what you have realized by conducting the work below first, by receiving the message right from above, sitting with the divine so early when everything is quiet, there's nothing going on. We got up so early. We sat with the divines and we looked at yesterday. We saw what we regretted. We regretted treating that person like that. We regretted necking that whole meal. We regretted, we regretted not doing more work. Whatever it is that you regretted from yesterday, go over those and change your behavior. Like that circumstance, event, and situation, it popped up yesterday for you. First, be grateful for it, that it popped up, because that's your chance right there to learn and grow. And then go over it and make yourself learn the habit of, okay, well, next time when this comes, I'm gonna make myself aware and I'm gonna have a different behavior. It's gonna be hard because you're gonna want to do the same thing you did last time, but you're gonna have to become aware. You're gonna have to become present. Why? It's because you want to have more, you want to do more, and you want to be more. You want to have a growth mindset. You want to grow. You don't want to be stuck in the same place. Actually, being stuck in the same place is not a thing. Comfortability, complacency is never a thing. You're either growing or you're dying. Like, look around you, look around the nature, right? Look around in the nature. What do you see that's like, that like just stays still? What do you see that stays still? Name one thing that stays still. Nothing. I mean, you could argue and say buildings and roads and this and that. The matter of the fact is, they are dying too. Over time, you just don't see it. You just don't see it. The wear and tear from the use, the wind, even just wind going across the window, the wall, it's gonna go down. Maybe in 10,000 years, but it's going down. You don't see it. But as far as anything else, like plants, they're growing and dying, growing and dying, growing and dying. Same thing with you. You're never get like stuck in the same place. Let's say you work out for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. You get to a certain level of physique, and then you stop working out. What's gonna happen? You're gonna go right back to where you started from. Why? Because you're not using your body anymore. You're not growing it. In order to grow, you have to deliberately, consistently want to grow, right? Like, have you ever heard of anybody going up the mountain without intentions? Like, without them intentionally wanting to go over the mountain, like Mount Everest, let's just say. I mean, that's like the example to my point, is because climbing a mountain is tough. It's like you're going up, you have to have the intentions of going up. Like, you ever seen anybody read a book? Nobody wants to read a book unless you're a cupcake and you just, you love reading books. But there's a lot of information. There's a lot of knowledge in books too, but you have to read the right books, because a lot of these books, like, there's a lot of nonsense books. You have to get the right book from the right people, the right author. And because a lot of the books out there, the people didn't even write them themselves. Let's say there's a book on Warren Buffett, or there's a book on Bill Gates, or there's a book on Trump. They didn't write those books. There was a ghostwriter who wrote these books. And how did they write them? Is they sat down with Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and Trump, and they asked them a couple of questions, and then they interpreted it how they interpreted it, and they wrote it. You have to take inventory of the source of your information, of your knowledge. Where are you getting your information? Are you getting your information from social media? It could be anybody behind the channel, behind the page. You don't know who it is behind the page. You don't know who it is behind the channel. It could be anybody. Some dork, probably. And, well, even if it is some person, look at that person. Do you want to exchange your life with that person? Do you want to exchange your life with that person? Would you want to live like they're living? Right? And that's what it gets down to. That's what it gets down to. You have to take inventory of the source of the information. Where is your information coming from? And then you have to figure out, what is your willingness to learn, right? Am I willing to am I willing to basically not do the thing I love the most? Let's say, and day to day it might be different. Let's say right now, right here, oh, I want to go eat some pancakes right now. Go have an English breakfast right now. And I would love that. Can I not do that just so I can learn? Just so I can grow? And that's what it gets down to. That's what it gets down to. It gets down to sacrificing the lesser nature of items right now for a higher nature items. Why? Because when you don't get what you want, you are almost forced to go within, but like you have to know to go, you have to know to go within. And you go within, and then you positively create in that field exactly that you want. And it's gonna show up. It's gonna show up. And then you're not even gonna want it. You're not even gonna want it. It's gonna be options everywhere. Got options all around you. And then you're not even gonna want it. Why? Because you've just cultivated that inner peace, inner bliss from within you. You realize your true power. You exercise it, you practice it. Right? And that's what it is. That's what it is. Because like it's not about the external. It's not about, it's not about what you got. It's not about how you look. It's none of that. It's your words, your commitment to things, the actions, the habits. What type of person are you? Who you are, truly your essence. That's what it gets down to. It's not like, guys, think about it. It's money. Everything is money, right? Think about it. It's all about money, isn't it? Then why are you thinking they're glorifying these lives? Because it's all about money. They're doing that because they're generating money. Like I could be, making some funny ass, goofy ass videos just for money. But like I understand, and I made a lot of money. I don't need money. I made a lot of money. I have a lot of money. If it was about money, I would have still been stuck in that rat cycle, loop cycle, and like, people live their whole life going like this. Oh, once I have this, then I'll feel good. Oh, once I make that money, I'll feel good. Once I have the money coming in, I'll feel good. Once I have the car, I'll feel good. Once I have the girl, I'll feel good. Once I have the house, I'll feel good. But they don't realize, like, they'll even be getting the things that they want. They still won't feel good because they're expecting those things to make them feel good. Don't expect things to make you feel good. Start feeling good first already, to the point where like you already feel like, hey, motherfucker, I feel amazing because of the work, because of, I feel grateful for life because of the work I'm putting in, because of me growing my mindset, because of me saying, hey, even though I want this right now, I'd rather sacrifice it and just create it in my field. And then from here, I can truly tap into my true potential, true power, true energy. Because when I create it from here, it's like, now I created it. It doesn't create me. It doesn't make me feel good, right? It doesn't make me a certain way. It doesn't make me who I am. I made it. I made it. And that's your true power. Otherwise, then you're the victim. You're just you're not it then, You have to be it. And how do you become it is by sacrificing what you want right now, create it in your field, create bigger version, better version. Like you have that power. Who's telling you not to? Why not? You're the one who's putting limitations on yourselves. Unless you're just wanting to listen from other people and putting their limitations on you. See, look, people are gonna tell you, don't go do this, don't go do that. They're only telling you what they think they can or can't do. They're putting that on you. To you, you can really have, be, or do anything you want, anything and everything you want. It's really simple. It's not easy. It's not easy. The only reason it's not easy is because the mind just wants to feel safe and be stuck in the same place. But if you have a growth mindset, you can climb these steps easily. You can climb these steps because you realize it's only low frequency and high frequency. And every time you run into a problem, it's because you're vibrating at a lower frequency. And right away, if you can get into peak physical performance, or you can get into sharing with the world and what worked for you, what you realize, what you self-realize, what you self-actualized, and then transcend it, you can vibrate higher. You realize at the point, you're like, okay, well, wow, we all have the same conscious. We're all tapped into the same conscious, that one conscious. And we have the visions and we have the calling coming in. We all share the same conscious. We all share the same conscious. We all have that voice that's talking to us, our conscious. And that's the authentic voice of God. And you have to start listening to it But the only reason you don't is because you're scared of outside. Oh, like, I might lose this person. I might lose this thing. I might lose this. I might lose that. But you're not willing to realize and wake up that, like, you're losing yourself by not listening to God. You're losing and rejecting yourself by not listening to God, because God has a way bigger and better plan for you. He's gonna make you it, rather than you being like the things around you that are making you. Rather than you becoming the product of your environment, you are making your environment the product of you. God wants to make you a creator, an artist, but you're not. You're just willing to be in the bleachers, and it's because you're scared and nobody taught you. Nobody's willing to tell you this information. Nobody's willing to teach you this information, because it takes a lot of heart. It takes a lot of heart to take a lot of pain and turn it into gold. And once you're on this journey, you realize there's only low frequency and high frequency. And every time I run into something, it's because I'm vibrating at a lower vibration. And as soon as I start vibrating higher, it's like inner peace, inner bliss. All I see is solutions. I don't see no problems at all. I don't see no problems with anything. I see everything as is. And so we woke up so early today, Monday morning. We sat down with the divines. We feasted. We made sure. See, you hear that voice too, but you have to exercise that power. You have to practice that power of listening to that voice and just acting on it. You're scared of being judged. You're scared of being criticized. You're scared of being look like a fool. You're scared of being misunderstood. You're scared of being hurt by people, and people gonna do this and do that. Just believe in yourself. Like, how are you gonna, like, have more in your life, be more and do more, if you don't believe in yourself and believe in the possibilities, and know that, like, everything is okay. Everything is okay, and you're completely happy and fine where you are, because where you are is exactly where you need to be. Exactly where you need to be, because in that moment, there's answer is in that moment. The answer is in the moment. And sometimes is just like, it's perfect bliss, perfect peace. And sometimes it's you might be just going in your head like chaotic in your head. It's because you're vibrating lower. You're becoming the product of your environment. You have to go higher and make the environment your product. I love you guys. I appreciate you on this beautiful Monday morning. We woke up so early. We made sure we conducted the work below. We self-actualized, self-realized, and then we're transcending everything we figured. So I love you guys. Let's go!